It is the 14th of First Seed, year 195 of the Fourth Era. And the morning seems quiet in the capital of the Imperial Heartland. But the Imperial City is anything but quiet, as today marks a big day for fans of the arena. For today marks the grand bout of Nagrub and Ishan Wyatok, a title bout for the claim of Grand Champion of the arena. And so, Nagrub decides to get in some last-minute training as he finds his brother at another luxurious gentleman's club, proving once again that Jötunheimr's priorities are not the same as his brother's. And so, we continue the story of Nagrub and Jötunheimr Grodusnik.
I have my grand bout today, and this is how you believe I should be spending my time. I think that skooma you've been hitting has already polluted your head, little brother.
Come on, brother. This is how the elite like us spend their time and coin. All you do is focus on training. You need to learn to relax those muscles of yours, especially on a day like this. Just ask any of these fine ladies right here. I'm sure they'll help persuade you to relax.
By Malakath, do you even hear yourself? First of all, we don't mix with their kind. And secondly, how have you fallen this low, little brother? You were once a feared gladiator of the arena, but ever since that attack in the markets, you've been taking it easy, forgetting that we are orc warriors who thirst for battle and competition, and instead, embracing this city orc lifestyle of the weak.
Oh, come on, brother. Just look at what we both achieved since stepping foot in this world full of Imperials. Is your world so small that you cannot see how those who you consider weak are the very ones who envy our strengths? We've earned this luxury, brother. And how I wish to spend my coin is a right that is both acknowledged by our clan and by Malakath. So as long as I'm able to indulge in the spoils of my victories, I will continue to do so. Isn't that right, ladies?
Absolutely, sir. My sister and I will make sure your coin is well spent. Isn't that right, Misty? Of course. Just wait to see what we can do once we're both naked.
Meh. I will never understand your ways, little brother. But I will not wander off my path to achieve my goals. Nor will I clean up your mess like last time. Are we clear, Jötunheimr?
Of course, brother. That was just a one-time mistake. I've learned to control my skooma thirst since then. Trust me, everything will be fine.
Whatever, little brother. Just make sure you're not late for my bout today. I'm going to train a bit more at the barracks before my fight. Don't be late.
Of course, brother. Not even Malakath would allow me to miss such an event. For today is going to be a good day, brother. I can see it already.
As Nagrub and Jötunheimr go about their day, it would appear that the current Grand Champion is also making preparations for today's bout. For Ishan Wyatok proceeds with the grand day as any other morning in the Wyatok residence, as his wife can be seen making breakfast for the household. But Ishan considered himself a very careful man, due to his mysterious past that he hides from the public. But as it would appear, the gods would take interest in this particular Redguard on this grand day.
Good morning, Kenji. You seem to be heavily invested in that book lately. What are you reading, son?
Oh, you wouldn't care much about it, Dad.
Now you've piqued my interest. Go on, tell me.
It's about King Loverdye. He was a Breton king back in the Second Era who died and went to Sovngarde, the afterlife of the Nords like me and Mom, which got me thinking that if a Breton can get into Sovngarde, then perhaps there are more to our souls that the gods led us on to believe.
That sounds beyond our understanding, son. Perhaps it's best we let mysteries stay mysteries.
Yeah, I told you it wouldn't interest you. But anyway, today is supposed to be your last day fighting in the arena, right? Do you think I can come this time?
Well, considering that I retire after today's bout, perhaps your mother may consider it.
Absolutely not. You know how I feel about those games. It's already bad enough that I have to let you fight in the arena as it is. But we both agreed as parents that we would not let him witness the needless violence of those damn games.
Freya, my dear. Having his imagination run wild from reading books all day is no different from imagining what the arena fights are like.
I'm sorry, husband, but you know where I stand on this. We both agreed that you would fight in the arena and keep your identity a secret, and so you did. But we also agreed that we wouldn't allow our son to spectate the games too. Or have you forgotten that minor detail, my dear?
Of course not, my dear wife. We both know you've always been the brains of this household. How could I ever disagree with such a beautiful woman?
That's what I thought, my dear.
Ew, can you and Dad stop being gross at breakfast at least? I'm trying to read here.
You hear that? Our boy thinks we're being gross.
He still has much to learn, my dear. That's probably the courier with today's deliveries. Hold that thought. I'll be right back.
You know, son, once you're older, you'll understand.
I get it, Dad. I know you love Mom. I'm a whole lot smarter than you think. Just keep it in the bedroom for my sake.
I know you're smart, son. In fact, you're too smart for your age. You'll be the one schooling Mother and I soon enough, I bet.
Speaking of scholars and whatnot, there is a question I wanted to ask.
And what's that?
You know, I've been reading about the Greybeards of Skyrim lately, and I've heard you and Mom talk about it in secret. But is it true you were once a disciple of the Greybeards?
I see there's no fooling you, Kenji. But you must understand. There was a time in my life when I believed in the Greybeard teachings, for it is a path of peace and wisdom that surpasses those of the heaviest of dedication. And as much as I believed in peace, there was a war going on that I could not ignore. And so, I followed another path in life, a path that would allow me to follow my heart and eventually have my own family. A family that I will never regret having, son, for it is a decision I would gladly do again.
I understand, Dad. Your secret is safe with me, but on one condition.
Oh, is that right? And what condition is that?
You have to show me how to do a Zoom!
Sorry, son. Your mother would kill me.
I'm not saying now, Dad, but perhaps when I'm older, you can show me how it's done. It will be our secret. Plus, it will help me become a better scholar if you think about it. So what do you say?
I'll tell you what, son. I will discuss it with your mother first. She's a Nord. Plus, if we can convince her that it is for educational use, then she might be on board.
Ishan, can you come here for a moment, my dear?
But for now, we'll save this discussion for another time.
Thanks, Dad.
Hello, Ishan. It's been some time.
Damn you, Nadja! You dare to come to my home and put my family at risk?
Ishan, what is this about? Who is this woman?
Relax, big guy. I'm not here for a fight. Now, do you wish to hear what I have to say, or not?
Freya, take Kenji upstairs at once. I'll deal with this guest.
Mom, who's that lady at the door?
I don't know, son. But let's go upstairs for a moment, shall we?
Yeah, but she knows Dad.
Come, Kenji. I don't think we want to be around for what they are going to discuss. Let's go.
What were you thinking attacking that orc in broad daylight? What did you think was going to happen?
Yeah, nice to see you too, Ishan. Glad to see that your personality hasn't changed.
Don't tempt me, woman. Come with me. So what's this about, Nadja? Why come here to put my identity and family at risk?
Lighten your worries, Ishan. I wasn't followed, and I cover my tracks well. Something you already know very well about me.
Then why are you here?
Because of you, Ishan. I know your plan on retiring after your bout with the orc. But under no circumstances can you drop the title of Grand Champion to this beast. This monster. You must accomplish what I failed and kill him, Ishan. You're the only one who can.
That's what this is about? Revenge?
Damn it, Ishan. This is more than revenge. He killed Wulfgar like a coward. He killed Echo because he knew no one could stop him. This orc is a plague upon the arena. He fights for his own ambitions and for his own ego. There is no honor amongst him. And so, you must be the one to kill him.
You have my condolence about Wulfgar, but I must do what's best for me and my family. If I reveal too much of my abilities, then the public might catch on. And we both know that is a risk that I cannot take, Nadja. I have a family now. And so I will fight him on equal terms in the arena.
I'm sorry, Ishan. But you will not survive if you reserve your abilities. This orc is a monster and will require every effort of your strength to defeat him. Something I know you do not wish to do. But at times like this, you must unleash all you have against this orc.
Damn it, Nadja. It's not that simple.
You're wrong, Ishan. It is that simple. You either fight with everything you have or die. Seems simple to me.
It's already bad enough that the Emperor knows who I am and has given me his word to secrecy. But if this orc is as powerful as you say, then that leaves me with little options left.
I can only tell you what I know and feel, Ishan. Ultimately, this is your choice to make after all. What I want at this point no longer has value anymore. Everything that was good within me died the day Wulfgar fell. For he now drinks ale from golden curved horns in Sovngarde waiting for me.
I make no promises, Nadja, but I will do what I need to do to defeat him.
And so be it, Ishan. May the gods continue to watch over you. I bid you farewell, old friend.
Where will you go?
There's nothing left for me here. I must return where I belong, Eshen. For this is the last time we will ever see each other.
Wait, Nadja. It is most unfortunate that I will not be able to drop the title to Wulfgar. He was a unique fighter and a cunning warrior, one of the few that I deeply admired and respected. He was truly an amazing man and would have made for a fine Grand Champion. This world is a lesser place without him.
That he would have. Farewell, Eshen. I'll see myself out.
And so Eshen Wyatok, otherwise known as the Ebony Warrior in the arena, has just been made aware of the threat that is known as Nagrub Grodushnik. For if Eshen wishes to do the fallen gladiators justice, then he will be forced to display his abilities that he has not used in a long time. Abilities that he had hoped time would have forgotten. The day carries on as the sun begins to descend from the skies, signaling that the grand hour is almost upon us. And as usual, Jötunheimr is doing his own thing as he disregards the time, not realizing that his brother's bout will begin within the hour. And so, he meets up with his local skooma supplier, as it appears that Jötunheimr may soon be without his precious skooma.
Oh, my favorite elf, Sarthis. Is my stuff ready?
Yeah, it's ready. It's at the usual drop-off point at the waterfront. But I'm afraid this will be our last dealing, mate. It's time for me to leave Cyrodiil.
Leave? You can't leave. Who's gonna supply me my stuff? Look, I'll pay you double if you stay a bit longer. You know I'm good for it.
Sorry, mate. No can do. I just got word that my old employer's getting back in the game. So, it's back to Skyrim. You know, you'd be good muscle for hire. You should come. Ain't no point sticking around here when your brother's hogging up all the glory. Isn't that right, mate?
Ooh, I can't just leave my brother like that. He's the reason why I even became a gladiator. I'd have nothing if it weren't for him.
Perhaps. But he's the one facing the grand champion. He's the one taking all the fame while you watch from the crowd. Look, mate. I can't promise you fame in this line of work, as it tends to attract too much attention. But come work for us, and your coin purse will never stop overflowing. Plus, if you thought our merchandise was good, wait until you get your hands on this new skooma blend that's about to become the new hot contraband. That blend is to kill for, mate. And I'm dead serious, too.
A new skooma blend? That sounds tempting. But I can't leave my brother behind. Orc blood is thicker than skooma, no matter how much it helps take the edge off.
Suit yourself, mate. Time for me to hit the road.
Wait a minute, Sarthis. What about my product?
I already told you, mate. It's at the usual location at the waterfront. Try not to down it all at once. Skooma withdrawal would be a drag. See you around, mate.
And so, Jötunheimr watches his supplier prepare to leave Cyrodiil as the orc begins to realize the weight of his decision. For Jötunheimr has always lived in the shadow of his brother. But one of these days, Jötunheimr will make a name for himself. But that day won't be today, as Jötunheimr heads to the waterfront to retrieve the last of his skooma, completely forgetting about his brother's grand bout. But as the grand hour approaches, there is one residence making last-minute preparations. For Eshan Wyatok can be seen in his armor making a prayer to his Redguard gods.
You know I hate this part. Every single time. Thankfully, this will be the last. But it's not the last time, is it, Eshan?
I'm afraid not, my dear.
I know you, Eshan. You wouldn't change your mind last minute like this unless you were certain of something. Just promise you will do what's best for us, my love.
You know me too damn well.
That I do, my love.
You guys are being gross again.
Nothing seems to get past you, does it, Kenji?
Good luck on your match today, Dad. Also, don't forget to talk to Mom about our deal, okay?
Now, what exactly have you two been conspiring behind my back?
Dad says when I'm older, he'll teach me all about the ways of the voice. That he'll teach me how to do a thuum, just like the Greybeards of Skyrim. But for educational purposes, of course. I'd figure it would help with my studies since I am going to become a scholar someday.
Educational purposes? Right. Eshan, what have you filled his mind with, my dear?
Our son is quite the ambitious one, I'll give him that. Kenji, the way of the voice is not meant to be used as a weapon. It takes many years of study and discipline to learn even the simplest of shouts. The Greybeards forbid the use of the thuum for a reason that I still respect to this day. And as a scholar, I too would want you to understand this and respect it as well.
But what if it's your only means of defense? Wouldn't it be okay to use the thuum to defend yourself?
You know, son, I've been lucky so far that I depended on my skill as a warrior to defend myself. Only in the most extreme cases would I ever need to depend on such a technique. And do you know why, Kenji?
Because you don't want people knowing you were brought up by the Greybeards. Right, Dad?
I've lived quite an interesting life so far, Kenji. Being a disciple of the Greybeards was only the first of it. I've done many things since leaving High Hrothgar in Skyrim many years ago, son. I've defeated many evils, took down many factions, and all for the sake of the greater good. I never sought fame or fortune for any of my accomplishments. All I asked was to be left alone and let me be.
I don't understand, Dad. Why would you not want to be remembered for all the good things that you did? Why be famous for being a grand champion of the arena, instead of being a hero who is now forgotten?
Well, son, being a gladiator was a quick way to earn coin for a guy like me. I rose quickly and was able to afford you the best schools and provide for both you and your mother without raising any suspicion about my past. Now, do you understand why I did what I did?
But still, Dad, wouldn't you rather be remembered for being a hero instead of a gladiator?
I'll tell you what, Kenji. Once you're old enough, I'll sit down with you and tell you everything. I promise. Deal?
Deal. I look forward to that day, Dad.
So do I, son. So do I. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got an orc to take down.
Good luck, Dad, although I'm sure you won't need any luck.
We'll see about that.
Come, Kenji. Let us go and watch the ships at the waterfront to help pass the time for now.
All right, Mom.
You're in charge, son. Keep your mom safe while I'm away.
You got it, Dad.
And so Eshan wishes his family well, as they wish him good luck on his bout against the orc. For what he is going to face in the arena will be much more than what anyone could ever anticipate. But as citizens begin to gather at the arena for the grand bout, it would appear that a certain history of the arena was at risk of repeating again. A history lesson that Nagrub needed to be made aware of as he waits for his brother to show.
Damn it. Where's Jötunheimr? He should have been here by now. He better not still be at the corner club. I'll rip him a new one if he forgot.
Look, big guy, today is not about your brother, it's about you. You're the one the people came to see, not him. Look, there's something a few elven brokers wanted me to tell you.
And what's that?
You see, a long, long time ago, way before my time, there used to be an orc grand champion. They called him the Grey Prince. They say he had pale skin just like you, and that he fought as ferociously in the arena, just like you. Anyway, legend says that on his last bout in the arena, that he walked up to his opponent and asked them to kill him where he stood, ending his 10-year streak, ending his legacy and life all in one quick moment.
What's the point of this story, old man? You test my patience.
Of course there's a point. The point is, don't be that orc. Now, go out there and win us a bunch of coin.
I don't do this for coin. I do this for the glory of Malakath.
Sure, whatever. Just do what you always do out there and we'll be fine.
That I can do. And if Jötunheimr shows, tell him I shall have words with him later.
The grand hour is now upon us as the crowd erupts in a blaring cheer. The two mighty warriors finally make their entrance, as this bout has been the topic of many citizens of the Imperial Heartland for quite some time. The crowd continues to roar as the ebony warrior looks upon his opponent. The opponent who has fought through the many gladiators to earn this opportunity. For Nagrub Grodushnik has done everything he needed to do for this grand moment. Pacing back and forth, as the roar of the crowd continues to fuel his ego.
Ebony warrior, ebony warrior, ebony warrior,
Ebony warrior, ebony warrior, ebony warrior.
And so the crowd has spoken. This will be a glorious duel, one that Malakath will be watching closely. And I did not come all this way to fail, for this is my moment. This is my destiny.
So this is the orc who defeated Wulfgar and the Bosmer siblings single-handedly. His strength is not to be underestimated. I must approach this rationally if I am to succeed where others have failed. So here we are.
Your streak ends today, for the title of Grand Champion will finally be mine. Malakath has foreseen it.
Is that right, Orc? Well then, I better not disappoint Malakath. Because the way I see it, today is not going to go in your favor, big guy. You just made that point perfectly clear to me now.
You underestimate my resolve, Redguard. This match is already mine.
If that's the case, then let's get to it.
Gladly.
And so the two titans of the arena take their position as the final moment arrives, knowing that at the end of this bout, one of these gladiators' lives will be forever changed.
He's fast for his size. Incredibly fast. Nadja was right. I can't beat him like this. I'll have to use everything I have to defeat him.
I see through your tactics, Redguard. I know you're holding back. You better give me everything you have now. I was promised a real challenge, and by Malakath, I will have it.
Don't you worry about that. You'll get your challenge. Doesn't even enchant his armor. Impressive. This warrior is built different from others, but so am I.
You're still holding back, Redguard. Damn it. Show me the extent of your power. Show me why you are the Grand Champion.
Then come and get it. I was hoping not to use it, but I've got no choice at this point. May the Greybeards forgive me.
Come on! Still holding back.
So be it. Fools! Huda!
So this is the power of the Grand Champion. And thus, Malakath has given me a true challenge. One that I will overcome. So come, Redguard. Let us show our gods what true metal is.
This orc is truly something else. Then I guess it's a slaughtering fest. Oh well. Looks like it's going to be a long day.
And so the fierce battle continues as the two titans of the arena press on. For the gods are watching closely as the sands of the arena part open for these mighty warriors. But to the victor goes the spoils, and to the defeated is shown mercy. For there is a cost that comes with such a bout, a cost that no one should ever have to pay.